For the second year, the Journalism Ethics Forum is being held in Ulaanbaatar. The forum took place on October 23rd. This year's main topic focused on journalism and the digital age. The one-day conference was hosted by the Media Council of Mongolia, the Frederick Ebert Foundation and the Deutsche Welle Academy. Anand Tumurtago has more.
In this day and age, journalists need to face the reality of social media and how it affects in the broader sense. Social media gives people the opportunity to receive information quickly. However, with this convenience often comes the spreading of fake news. Journalists must not only be thorough and accurate, but they must also have the ability to bring news to the public quickly. This means journalists are the watchdogs who ward off spread of fake news. They are also required to be impartial in their reporting. In Mongolia, social media outlets such as Facebook are largely unregulated. This leads to the spreading of fake news, often with more efficiency and speed than factual stories. The Friedrich Foundation expressed that journalists are an integral part of a healthy democracy.
The Friedrich Ebert Stiftung is active in Mongolia for promoting solidarity, peace, democracy for more than 20 years. And a very important part of democracy, of a functioning democracy, are media, journalists, professional media, independent journalists. And that's why we want to support media ethics in Mongolia, because as we know, we have a big plurality of media. We have lots of TV stations, journalists, and magazines, newspapers. But we also have problems with the quality, especially regarding hate speech, fake news. And these issues we want to address with this forum, and we are really happy and proud to make a contribution to that.
This means that journalists in this day must uphold journalistic ethics and not spread fake news themselves. Mr. Peter Benning from the Deutsche Welle Academy said that of the importance of the forum.
Have to talk about regulation of social media, and I understand that is already happening in Mongolia. So there's a debate going on whether legislation is needed to regulate Facebook or other social media. The other part is how people actually perceive their own role in being present on social media, which open opportunities for normal citizens to act as mass media, right? I put something online and 1 million people can read it. That was a privilege of traditional media until very recently.
During the panel discussion, foreign professionals and local journalists talked about how to fact-check in this digital age. Also how to overcome hate speech and how not to inflame hate speech.
Digital era is developing very rapidly. As the world becomes more connected, almost everyone can become connected through the internet. Previously, you had publications go through filter. A slew of editors would check the journalist's work errors before they make it available to the public. But now anyone on the internet can produce and publish their work without going through any filters. That is exciting and also dangerous at the same time. And we need to look into the issue of taking responsibility of things being published online, because under the guise of free speech, people commit hate crimes and attack people without any precedent.
Dr. Alexander Gorlek from the Carnegie Council and the Voice for Ethics in International Affairs Senior Fellow spoke to us about why people are drawn to populist ideologies and to fight these adversities. Journalists must now take the mantle of activists.
So populisms, wherever you look throughout the planet, they would attack media. Why do they attack media? Because media is always portraying like the variety in society. That's their job. Also journalists love to undig stories and tell stories of people that are not in the mainstream focus. And they show how plural societies are, and that's what populists actually don't like. It's depending on what country you look at, but I would always say like there's a moment where a journalist becomes also sort of an activist. And when is that? That's in a moment where like populists try to destroy the order we live in, and plural open societies always have free media. That, you know, media also sometimes every now and then a journalist makes a mistake, whatever, so you have to correct it and apologize for it. But like in the other, I mean, that's very natural, very human in a way. So that's like you go on with your work, you undig like the stories, and you show plurality, and that's basically what journalism is about in nowadays. Yeah.
MNB World, Anand Tumurtago reporting from Shangri-La Hotel, Ulaanbaatar.
Well,